technical
for you.
difficulties.
Oh yeah, you can go back and you can do that. Click on those guys. So the question is this book? I mean, this has probably been reached several times, and we're only 7 moves in.
Mm-hmm.
All of the moves have been rational. Like there's no, ooh, that was spicy. There's no, you know, jumping out of the way to make things interesting so far. So I would assume this.
Really, you think bring the queen out?
Actually, yeah. There. Now that might not be book, but I've seen. I don't play e4 as often, so I don't get a lot of Sicilian positions. But queen can come to the d3 square. Now, like I said, I think this would be where I would be a little bit unsure. But again, the plan is clear for white. White is just trying to castle queenside. And the other thing about castling queenside is that then it becomes a question of, well, if you want to move your queen, where are you going to put your queen to castle queenside? Mm-hmm. And I think the other consideration maybe is delaying where you're going to put your bishop, because maybe you don't know where you want to put your bishop. But maybe you've settled it sure that you want to castle queenside. So if all of those things are true, then it makes sense to move the queen somewhere. From there, the question is, where do you put the queen? Well, the queen is actually doing a job right now, and the job is defending the knight. So now the funny question that maybe Alex is wondering is, should I take the knight right now? Because you just moved the queen. If I take the knight with my knight, it's almost like you made white make 2 moves for your 1 move, so to speak. That's probably what he's thinking about, to be honest. It's kind of like an action economy of moves. So, you know, and then after that, black, let's say, kind of sort of has the initiative. I mean, has a choice of move. I don't know how much I'd call initiative. You might have like knight takes, queen takes, and then bishop to e7, just to and just so you know, you can, if you want to move the pieces, you can. I'm not saying you have to, but I'll end up saying a bunch of stuff real fast probably. So you could do like a knight takes, queen takes, and then maybe just bishop e7. Maybe you don't know where you want your maybe the dark square bishop.
Dark square bishop.
Yeah. Maybe you know you want to castle over that way, and maybe, you know, from there it's a game you can develop. You know, you can give him a check, but then he'd block with a bishop and you trade off. See, that's the thing. I don't think white really wants to go for that kind of thing, because you're trading, but they're okay. Like there's nothing really. Ooh, there could be something wrong with that actually. In that position there is something wrong. There's a problem for black, so I don't think he can go down that line. So I didn't know if you noticed, but the bishop to d7 disconnects your queen from the defense of the pawn. Mm-hmm. So it disconnects your queen on d8 from the defense of the other pawn. So if you go back in that line, things could get weird or interesting actually. So if he throws the check, and then he blocks with a bishop. If black wants to, or white wants to, white could take the knight, which would distract the black bishop from the defense of that square, of the other square. Now, but if you go back 1 or 2 moves, there may be.
You don't have to. This is also a fairly.
Yeah, you could do that. That seems pretty salient. But there's one other option. In fact, I think so. If he takes, I think we have a move. Oh, do we? No, we don't. Okay, so if
yes,
we had castle. We had castle. Oh, he's going all in. All right. Well, we can, if you want to roll that back, you can. I believe you can click the move with the thing with the orange.
Where is it? Right here.
Yeah. Now right click on that and then say make that the main line. Make a main line the little check. Yeah. So now we are back with them. So yeah.
Let's kind of go back over exactly what.
It's in here.
What they did.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want to go? Okay, I got you. Yeah. And actually, if you, the nice thing is if you just hover over the board, you can use the scroll wheel on the mouse to cycle through.
Very good. So we had queen. We had the bishop coming out, freeing up for a castling. Castle long, castle short. and then pawn push.
Yeah, so,
I mean, that's kind of the standard idea within, when you have the Sicilian, right, and you're castling opposite side. It's time to start throwing your pawns forward, see who's going to be mating who first.
yep, so this is gonna be an exciting game. Unless, like, there are several, it's like Ben Feingold will say that, like, sometimes the beginning of the game is exciting and the end game is incredibly boring, or the beginning of the game is boring up until a point and then it gets incredibly exciting. So I think one thing that I'll say, if you go back one or two moves, sometimes black doesn't cast, so after castles, so a couple notes. So black has avoided the trade of knights, and that's fine.
The black trading knights here is not optimal.
No, I
is
don't
it?
know.
I mean,
I don't know.
normally black is waiting